What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my first impression and the stat speculation of the FE4 units that we're getting tomorrow. Well, so the first unit that we have is Annand. So she doesn't really have a preferred weapon, she's got Unbound Blade Plus, which is basically a sword version of Dex Swabber. So you need to be alone in order to get the lull attack defense effect, and this is pretty good because flyers don't have access to lull skills, so overall this can be a pretty nice thing for a lot of flyer units or even armor units. So she does have sturdy impact and guard bearing as pretty good fodder, and she has got Moonbow as her special, so doesn't have any kind of preferred weapon, and she is gonna be a 5-star logged unit. Her stat spread needs to be pretty good, honestly. I'm kind of expecting a stat spread similar to this, like extremely fast at base 41 speed and having 36 attack stat. I wish that she would be faster actually. I could see her being a lot more faster, but this is what I'm expecting at bare minimum out of her, and I'm expecting her to have more resistance than defense. And then we move on to the second unit present on this banner, and that is Azelle. So he is extremely popular unit. A lot of people have been waiting for him, and he's finally here. So he's a red infantry mage, and he has got a preferred weapon in Sparkling Tome. At start of combat, if the foe is above half health, then he can inflict -6 speed and resistance debuff on foe during the combat, and it also inflicts penalty on foes speed and resistance depending on the visible stats that they have multiplied by 2. So if the foe has got +7 buff to their speed, it can basically inflict -20 speed debuff. You know, it's also counting the -6 penalty from the primary condition for a net penalty of -13. And if the foe has got +6 speed buff from like a tactic skill or something like that, and you pretty much debuff them for -18 speed in total, for a net penalty of -12. So this can be a pretty good weapon. It is going to be having anti-synergy with like lull skills, I think, and even like panic skills, because you want the foe to have buffs, and a lot of foes will have buffs in many game modes, so you can basically utilize that and use it for nuking even harder and doubling more units. So overall, a pretty decent preferred weapon. He has got rally up speed, and then we have got the bandit solution to Arena's problems in dual skills. So dual skills get their tier 4 versions. So this skill gives +5 HP, and unlike the other dual skill, this actually gives you +2 to all of your stats, which is a bit better. And if the unit is a legendary or mythic unit, then it can basically make them treat as a 175 BST unit. However, if the unit who's using the skill is not a legendary or mythic unit, then their BST is treated as 180 in modes like Arena, you know, all those Colosseum game modes. So this dual skill is like, again, as I said, a band-aid solution to Arena's problem. The thing is that many units want actual slot A skills to win matchups. If you are running some kind of strong green unit, you want distant counter in order to deal with legendary Crom or stuff like that. A dual skill is going to be helping you score high, no doubt. But the thing is that you can score as high as you want in Arena, but if you cannot win the matches, then you're not going to be able to finish your Arena streak. And as of right now, in modern times, we have some insane legendary and duo units present, which are extremely hard to, you know, take out for your units. So this is basically gonna be like restricting your units to dual skills when they could have run some really high scoring skills if they were, you know, already high scoring units. So just like that kind of band-aid solution, but it is good for like many range units or support units, or if you really want to use a certain unit in Arena and you're a big fan of them, then you could use the dual skill to score high, you know, have the 180 BST. And this can also be, you know, it really depends. Like if you want to build up one of those Grail units who can hit 180 BST, then you could build them up, but it is going to be requiring a lot of feathers and Grails. But you can run, you know, functional slot A skills and actually make use of their slot A skill. But if you don't really want to spend those Grails or feathers, and if you just want to use your favorite units, then dual skills can help you have their score bring up to 180 BST. I'm actually most interested in seeing if these dual skills score 350 SP or not, because that will actually open up more scoring scenarios for units with preferred weapons. If that is the case, I'm actually expecting the dual skills to have 350 SP. I'll go over more on that in my banner review, but basically dual skills are bandit solutions. They're going to be getting outdated, at least 1.5 or 2 years after. And we are probably going to be getting some dual units with 195 BST, or like legendary units, pair up legendary units with 185 BST. So as of right now, this dual skill basically, tells you basically need 180 BST for the minimum for scoring in arena. Not many whales are going to be using these dual skills because they have access to duo units who score much better. This is mainly for the people who want to be in tier 20.5 and basically get a crown every other week. I don't really see how this is going to help you stay in tier 21 if you don't already have merged up bonus units or merged up legendary units. So for people who don't really play arena too hard but still want to score higher, this can help them. But in the long term, as we all know, like the last set of dual skills got outdated. This is gonna be sharing the same fate, but it does give you more options if you want to use like certain units in arena. And then he has got Speed Rest Ruse, which goes really well with his Sparkling Tome actually, and that can just provide him with more debuffs. He also has Joint Tone Speed as a Slotsy skill, so you could inherit Joint Tone Speed if you already have a unit with Red Dual Infantry 3, and if you're thinking of inheriting the tier 4 version and then this skill. So Azelle is definitely in a pretty competitive class type of red infantry mages. We have strong Lysithias as well. So I think he's going to be having a stat spread similar to this. Very high attack stat at 41. And he's going to be having good speed at 38. I cannot really see him being slower than 38 honestly with this kind of weapon. And I don't think his bulk is really going to be anything too special. He is like an offensive mage pretty much. So this is what I'm expecting out of Azelle's stat spread. And then we have got Lex. Finally, I've been wanting Lex in the game for a long time. He would also be a really unique unit, and he's actually a unique unit because he's an Axe Cavalier. We don't have too many of those. We did get Male Chris recently, but still, more options are really good, and Lex seems to be a very unique option because of Goddess Axe. So this is a preferred weapon that gives him +5 defense, and it inflicts -5 speed and resistance on the unit as a penalty. And he can attack twice, similar to a Brave weapon, in both phases. So this is a dual phase Brave weapon, giving him +5 defense at the cost of reducing speed and resistance by 5. He has got Reposition, Attack Defense Push, and Axe Experience. Axe Experience in 2021, but I guess it is as a reference to his Paragon skill, but then again I don't really see advantage here. I am really happy that finally he's in the game. He's a 4-star focus unit. He's a demote, of course, if you couldn't tell by the underwhelming skills that he comes with. But basically, having this kind of demote means that you can easily try to plus and merge him over the period of the time, or you could just plus and merge him right here and now because he's a 4-star focus unit. So many people are going to be trying to plus and merge him, and I think he's going to be having a stat spread similar to this. I don't really think he's going to be having anything less than 40 base attack. And that is really good for any kind of dual phase Brave weapon user. I would expect him to have higher defense, but because he's a 4-star demote, I don't think he's going to be as min-maxed as many people are thinking. Of course, 25 resistance might surprise you, but as I said, I don't think he's going to be very min-maxed. So he does bring some nice skills to the pool as well in Reposition and Attack Defense Push 3. Axe Experience is going to be quite worthless, but I'm pretty happy he at least got like a preferred weapon. Hopefully Finn can also get something similar for his weapon refine, like a dual phase Brave Lance. I think that would be really sick. The final unit that we have on this banner is Erinys. So she is a Lance Flyer. We of course have a lot of them, but she's a bit unique because she can quad attack with her weapon if she's within 2 spaces of his support partner. So Celeste Frost gives her +3 attack. At start of combat, if the foe is above half health, then she gets +6 attack and speed during the combat, and if she's within 2 spaces of his support partner and initiates combat, she can attack twice. So Erinys can be a pretty strong unit because she doesn't really have any kind of penalty, just needs to meet that condition of the support partner and then she can quad attack. And she is going to be a pretty fast unit, I think, and she's going to be having a stat spread similar to this. She does have Harsh Command Plus, Blue Dual Flying. I don't think there are as many users of Blue Dual Flying as there is of Red Infantry Dual. She's got Chill Attack Speed and then Attack Defense Rain. So I think that she's going to be having, good speed at base 42 and decent attack stat at 35. Nothing really too crazy when it comes to attack, and probably a bit higher defense than resistance. We are going to be getting a Grandeur Battle unit. Oh yeah, we are also going to be facing the enemy generals from Book 5, which we saw in the trailer of Book 5. We're also going to be getting a Grandeur Battle Unit in Dithorba. So she is a lance flyer, and she is shown wielding a fire sweep lance in her sprite, so she's going to be another lance flyer. I'm expecting her to be like a Gen 5 Cynthia, so having high speed is given for her. I hope they can at least min-max her, because like lance flyers are just so saturated. Hope they can at least min-max her instead of just leaving her dump stat. If she's like really focused on her attack and speed, then I can see many people building her up, because her art is also pretty good. I've already seen many people really liking her art, but I hope that they can at least give her good stat spread. I'm really not expecting anything from her skills, honestly. I'm expecting like a chill speed or something like that. Honestly, I feel like she could have been a sword flyer, because she does use silver sword when you face against her in FE4, as far as I can remember. So sword flyer would have been a bit better, but of course they had to make her another lance flyer. So let me know what do you think about this banner and the Grandeur Battle Unit in the comment section down below, and I want to thank all of my YouTube members for their constant support. If you enjoyed, then please be sure to leave a like and a comment, helps me tremendously, and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as LEX'S resistance in FE4. So that's it, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.